Uproar Farigiraf, a tech inspired by the 2019 World Champion Naoto, who's been using himself. Kyle Livinghouse ended up taking that inspiration and using this team that got second place at an invitational with some pretty stacked players. We're going to be trying out what Uproar Farigiraf does in today's video. This team got second place at the Nino Pokebros Invitational piloted by Kyle Livinghouse, and we have some pretty cool techs. For the standard core, we have the Dragonite Xianpao, of course, pretty standard classic with the Choice Scarf for Shifu, and the Farigiraf. And it's pretty classic. You have the strong amount of offensive pressure you can do with the Xianpao, with the Sword of Ruin, making the physical attacks even stronger. You're going to be able to go for like really powerful extreme speeds, and you also have mind games with that Urshifu with Choice Scarf, and Farigiraf for Trick Room against Tailwind Mons as well. You could lead stuff like the Urshifu Farigiraf combo, which has been very prevalent. But these have some slight changes here, with the Farigiraf having the safety goggles for Amoonguss and having Uproar as a tech to help out against Amoonguss for the partner, as you're able to use the Bloodmoon Ursaluna, which is able to do quite a bit under the Trick Room. It's one of the better Trick Room abusers out there, and to shut down Amoonguss without having to commit to a Terra Grass, you can run Uproar on the Farigiraf with safety goggles. You're immune to Spore yourself, and if they Spore the Ursaluna, you can immediately wake up and then get an attack off with the Ursaluna and go for that very powerful Hyper Voice, Earth Power, or Blood Moon immediately right after if you're in Trick Room using it. Then we have the Cornerstone Ogerpon, which has that sturdy ability, which makes it a great redirector, but also some pretty good coverage with Ivy Cudgel and Power Whip as well. If you'd like to check out the details of the team and the creator, they'll be linked in the description down below. Alright, we have Roaring Moon, Amoonguss, Iron Hands, Fluttermane, Dondozo, and Hisuian Arcanine. The solo Dondozo is what's kind of driving me off right here, but actually looks like a really cool team. I actually really like the adjustments with the Hisuian Arcanine, Dondozo, what we would commonly see as Heatran and Landorus variants. So let's see, how do I want to approach this? I do kind of like, I mean, I can abuse quite a few things. The Dragonite Xianpao mode does kind of struggle a little bit here against the Amoonguss, because I can't exactly eliminate Amoonguss if they go for Terra. Iron Hands is a little bit difficult. The Hisuian Arcanine as well. I kind of like the idea of Urshifu. I think Urshifu is really solid. The Farigiraf can put in a lot of work here with Bloodmoon Ursaluna, because the Trick Room does look pretty fantastic here. So I think I will go with the Urshifu Farigiraf lead. It does seem like I do mind game them quite a bit here. And then in the back, do I want Cornerstone Ogerpon? It might be good for the Roaring Moon. I don't know if I really want Xianpao. I could bring Dragonite as a backup clean. I definitely want Ursaluna. The question is, do I want Dragonite, Xianpao, or Ogerpon? Ogerpon might be useful because it just hits quite a bit and that sturdy ability is solid. Dragonite might be better as a switch in for the Iron Hands overall. But you know what? I'm going to bring the Ogerpon. I'm going to see how this performs. I do want to try out Ogerpon, and let's see what we can do. So I think the problem Pokemon are just going to be the Iron Hands and the Roaring Moon. Those are going to be the big ones. So the reason I want to bring Ogerpon is because if they do lead the Roaring Moon, I can do something like a U-turn into, like, I could switch into Ogerpon for the Farigiraf, U-turn out, and scout for what they're going to accomplish. First, see Fluttermane Iron Hands lead, which is actually fantastic for me, as I do lead the Urshifu plus the Farigiraf, and I feel like it's so obvious, right? It's so obvious to go that I could just Surging Strikes the Fluttermane. If they have Amoonguss, I would go into the Amoonguss right here. If I was them, I'd probably go out into Amoonguss for the Fluttermane slot and just go for a Wild Charge. At least that's what I would do if I was my opponent. I kind of want to U-turn out the Iron Hands, and I think I want to go for that Trick Room. This could end up going really poorly, but I do have that Helping Hand option. I just feel like if they have Amoonguss, this should be the case. Yep, they do switch out the Fluttermane. Show me Amoonguss. Show me Amoonguss. Excellent, excellent. Okay, all according to plan. All according to plan. Okay, perfect. We are able to U-turn out with our Urshifu. I had a feeling like Amoonguss is just such a safe pivot when it comes down to like when they want, like the Urshifu Surging Strikes is so free there, but Rocky Helmet Amoonguss is one of the ways you can punish it. So I had a feeling it would be the case here. We are going to be able to go out into the Ursaluna and hopefully take a Wall Charge in that slot. Yep, perfect. And now we can go for that Trick Room. And now we can get some pretty solid damage, I think, in Iron Hands and build it up right here. So I will go for a protect here with Ursaluna. It might be a little bit weird playing passive, but you know what? I think it's perfectly fine. I'm going to side shock the Iron Hands here. And the reason I'm going to side shock the Iron Hands, one, I want to scout for a Terra. This is probably just Spore coming out into... I don't know, actually. Into Bloodmoon? It is in a Bloodmoon. Perfect. Okay, nice. And what are you going to do with the Iron Hands? Okay, we are faster with Farigiraf. That's good to know. Get that extra chip in the Iron Hand, so I might not have to go for the Terra immediately. We are going to see the Drain Punch. Let's see if they Terra or not. I don't think they're going to commit to Terra personally, but we'll see. I will go for the Earth Power immediately into the Iron Hands, and I am going to go for that Uproar Tech because we do have that Uproar Tech. And I just want the chip damage in the Iron Hands to put in range of that Earth Power, so... This could be Rage Powder here. I really don't want it to be Rage Powder. If it is, it's not like... Terror. It's not like, oh, I guarantee lose the game. It's just annoying. But we'll see how much we can accomplish here. I'm really hoping for a Spore once again. Yep, perfect. Okay, so they don't Terra because they think the Iron Hands is going to be safe. But this Farigiraf is making an uproar right here, right now. Going to wake us up. And perfect. We even hit the Amoonguss. So we even get even more damage to that Amoonguss. So I don't know if Terra normal Hyper Voice would get the Amoonguss there, but it would be super ideal. Earth Power going to come out into the Iron Hands. Picks up the knockout. Goodbye, Iron Hands. Fantastic turn. Fantastic turn. Getting rid of Iron Hands. Absolutely huge for my Pokemon in the back. Because my Urshifu was not appreciating it. My Ogerpon was not appreciating it. And right now, Amoonguss can't go for the Spore. Well, it can go for the Spore again if it wants to. Feel free to Spore my Bloodmoon Ursaluna. But right now, I'm in a very fantastic position. We're going to see the Flutter Mane come out once again, which is completely fine. I just want to go for... how many turns of Trick Room? There's a few turns of Trick Room left. Do I need to save my Terra here? I don't think I really have to. I could go for the Blood Moon, or I could go for Hyper Voice. That Hyper Voice did that Uproar did a lot to the Amoonguss. I wonder if I can knock it out with a double Hyper Voice situation here. You know what? I am going to go for the Hyper Voice, Terra Normal. I'm just going to try to get as much damage as possible. If I put the Flutter Mane into range of my endgame Urshifu, it's looking really solid. So I might as well just commit to it. My only problem is going to be the... I think the Roaring Moon could be a concern if it's in the back, but I don't know. It's kind of late to the party right now if they do have it, but Sludge Bomb actually into the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Thought they were going to Rage Powder, but that's fine. Here comes a Uproar. Okay. Pretty solid damage. It is a Citrus Berry on the Amoonguss. I imagine I just pick up the KO on Amoonguss and I get some pretty good chip in the Flutter Mane. I imagine this is Specs Flutter Mane, and then I should be able to KO with Ogerpon. Oh, I don't KO the Amoonguss. That's actually a little bit concerning. Okay. They do go for the Moonblast. It does KO my Bloodmoon Ursaluna. Granted, I still don't think this is a terrible spot. I'm pretty sure that I can finish up the game with... Oh, I guess this could actually be a little bit awkward, huh? As I do go out into the Grass Ogerpon here. It's weird because if Uproar goes into the Flutter Mane, this could get a little bit strange. I don't really want to hit the power up here. Although Sludge Bomb, I don't know if they have Pollen Puff. I'm assuming they just don't have Protect on the Amoonguss. I'm just going to Ivy Cudgel the Flutter Mane slot. And hopefully it just works out, because that's kind of the goal right here. I really want this to work out. We're going to see Amoonguss actually retreat, which is even better because I went for the Ivy Cudgel and the Flutter Mane. Okay, so we're going to see the Roaring Moon come out. Okay, so that is the last Pokemon. That's not too surprising here. Booster Energy. Which booster are you? You are going to be the attack booster. All right. Don't tell me you're running. Okay, so that's actually really good because if they had Pollen Puff, it would have been pretty awful. They couldn't Spore me because I had Grass types. Ivy Cudgel is able to knock out Flutter Mane according to the plan. All right. Did they really have like Sludge Bomb Protect? Twisted Dimensions return to normal. Farigiraf calm down. Okay. So this is Amoonguss coming back in. It does get a bit more health. I think it should be in range of Psyshock still. I could Ivy Cudgel. I mean, my play here, I think, is just to follow me with Ogerpon and Psyshock the Amoonguss. I think this should be a fine play. I don't know. Sludge Bomb Amoonguss, I feel like wouldn't have Protect. But... because I feel like you want to run Amoonguss with Pollen Puff just generally. We have seen Sludge Bomb Amoonguss before. That was... oh, they do actually have Protect. Okay, good to know. Good to know. If I get rid of Amoonguss, I'm in a good position, I think, with my Urshifu, but they still do have Terra, so this game's nowhere near over. They go for a knockoff with the attack booster. Ogerpon looks like it actually survives another one, which is actually pretty big here, as Psyshock is going to fail into the Amoonguss. I am going to go for a... Actually, this could still be a really weird end game. I just don't know if Ivy Cudgel knocks out Amoonguss at this range. If it does, I'd really love to get the KO. But if they get a double protect, this is really annoying. I think I will just Ivy Cudgel. I can't really Trick Room because I want the safety for my Urshifu. I think I'm just going to attack aggressively with Psyshock plus the Ivy Cudgel. Hope that I can knock out the Amoonguss. Maybe I could have went for Follow Me here, but they do commit to Terra actually with the Roaring Moon. I'm assuming they're just going to go for the... Oh, they Terra the Amoonguss actually into water. So I'm glad I Ivy Cudgeled here, because if the Roaring Moon gets a low roll on the knockoff, I do win the game. But the Acrobatics here, it does do more damage. Okay. Oh, do I lose off that actually? Oh no, I messed this up, didn't I? I messed it up. I guess I needed to spike his shield. Okay, they did go for the Spawn of Farigiraf. Wait, why is my controller? Okay, I don't know why. Wait, I have controller drift? What? Wait, well, why is the control? What? I've never seen it. What? What is going on with my Pro Controller? I don't have any other controllers printed in the thing. What? What? Okay, it's gonna auto send Urshifu anyway. What? I've never seen this happen with my Pro Controller. It's not letting me do anything. What? What is going on? What? I've never... What the... Huh? Oh, no, no, no. What? I am pressing the B button. It is not do... What? Hello? What? That was not a game I was forfeited. What? Granted, I think the game was pretty bad, but what? I did not do anything with my controller. This is an official Nintendo Switch Pro controller. This is the first time I think I've had this in recording history. What? Literally was just... I tried the D-pad. I tried this. And I tried the A buttons. Literally was getting the most random responses. I actually have no idea what happened there. I think it was still probably most likely I lost the game, because I'm pretty sure that Acrobatics was finishing me out. Actually, it was Citrus Berry Amoonguss, so I wasn't taking Rocky Helmet. But it's attack booster Acrobatics. I'd imagine it KOs the Urshifu since I have no bulk. I kind of messed up where I probably should have just went for the Bloodmoon. I didn't think that the Sludge... I didn't think it was Sludge Bomb Protect. I think that was like the worst part. Because it was like Sludge Bomb Protect Amoonguss, it ended up changing what I thought. Like, I thought they could have had Pollen Puff, so I thought, okay, there's no Protect. Most likely, I should be fine as long as I get rid of the Amoonguss. They made a really smart Terra. What the heck was up with my controller, though? But I don't know what's up with the controller right now. I am literally... I've never had this happen. Maybe I just have to reconnect the controller. But... I've never had this problem, especially ever since I've used the official controllers. Like, I don't know what just happened. Let's see if I press B. Let's see if I just press the B button. This is the B button. Oh, now it works? A? Okay, for some reason it went B again. What? What if I press X? It's pressing Y. Did my buttons get changed or something? I've only used this for the Nintendo Switch, so I don't know, man. Okay, for a quick note for the video. After I turned off my Switch and turned it back on, and I guess it reconnected the controller, everything's working fine. I have no idea what happened. It won't happen for the rest of the video, but I really have no idea what just happened with my controller and the Nintendo Switch. I think somehow like the buttons got changed in a way where like if I'm pressing the X button, it does the Y command. If I'm doing B, it's like A. It was just, I really have no idea. That's the first time I had this with official Switch Pro controller, and my Switch doesn't have Joy-Cons attached to it, so there's literally no way that there's like Joy-Cons connected to the Switch doing something to it. So like this is the only controller that is connected to the Switch. It's not connected to anything else. All right, we have Roaring Moon, the Wellspring Ogerpon, Golden Go, Thunder's Variant, Arcanine Hisuian form, and Okidogi. How do I want to perform against this one? I actually really like Trick Room, but the problem is, can I set up Trick Room safely against that Roaring Moon, which can be proven to be a little bit difficult here. I could see a few different things, I suppose. I do like Bloodmoon Ursaluna if I can get under Trick Room, although if it's Nasty Plot Golden Go, which it probably is on this team, can be a little bit tricky. I think I want to go with I want something that pressures the Roaring Moon as well as the Golden Go immediately. I might do Xian Pao plus or Shifu immediately, just as an opener, and then do Ursaluna plus Farigiraf in the back. Try to figure out a position where I can safely set up against their team, the Trick Room, because late game Trick Room actually looks pretty good if I do weaken like the Wellspring Ogerpon, as well as like kind of slow down that Golden Go at first. So let's see what we can do here. That is my goal. We're gonna see the Roaring Moon Golden Go. So the two Pokemon I want to get rid of immediately, that is something I'd like to see there. So gets the Sword of Ruin. Let's see what booster energy are, because that's going to determine quite a bit of my game plan here. It's going to be the speed booster. Okay. I want to go for Lash Out in a Golden Go. And this is the problem. The Roaring Moon's actually kind of tricky. I think I want to go for Surging Strikes immediately into Roaring Moon. This might be like really weird of a play. But I don't know if this is Terrifying Moon. I like the idea of Surging Striking the Roaring Moon because this is either Tailwind plus an attack, or maybe they go for a Breaking Swipe immediately, which means that Lash Out would be able to KO the Gold. So let me try it and see. We are going to see a Terra come out from my opponent. I don't know if this is Gold or if this is actually the... oh, it is Gold. Okay, so I did get this wrong here then. Terra Water though. Okay. It's not as bad as I thought. If this was Terra Steel, it'd probably be more threatening here, but okay. Tailwind comes out, which is perfectly acceptable. We do get a pretty big Lash Out, and the Gold can only go really for Make It Rain, which is perfectly acceptable. Does do quite a bit of damage, but I am pretty happy about this turn. The Gold is not able to do that much right now. It's not setting up a Nasty Plot or threatening anything. I do get a pretty big Lash Out too. Gonna be that Life Orb, so this is very similar to that Jamie Boy team that we saw in the past. Go for the Surging Strikes here. Could have went for Close Combat, but I wasn't sure if the Roaring Moon was going to tear the Poison here, which I thought if the Gold was easy to live the Sucker Punch from Qian Pao, so just wanted to go for that just in case. And we're gonna go for a Lash Out into the Gold, which should do some pretty impressive damage. Yep, that should be Sucker Punch range if I'm not mistaken. I'm just gonna go for that Sucker Punch, and I'm gonna go for a Surging Strikes again. I'm just trying to get my free switch to Blood Moon. So they go for a Nasty Plot here, which isn't great. Breaking Swipe. I should have targeted Gold actually. Why did I go for the Roaring Moon when I could have just targeted Gold? Yeah, that might not have been as great here. Nasty Plot is revealed. Okay. Granted, I still think it's fine, assuming I am able to get Trick Room up. The question is, will they let me get Trick Room up? I have no idea what their set is here. Life Orb, Make It Rain. I do have the Terra on the Farigiraf, which this one's going to be clutch here, as we are Terra Fire, so we can actually ignore the Golden Go right here, or like the Make It Rain being some effective. Did they read the Terra? I think we could maybe let the Terra because it's only +1, but we'll find out. I'm going for the Trick Room here, and we're going to go for Surging Strikes, and we're going to target down the Roaring Moon, I guess. The problem is this could also... Well, if this is Breaking Swipe, Make It Rain, this is fine too. I mean, I imagine this is just knockoff into Farigiraf and a Make It Rain here. If they Shadow Ball, really good play on their part, but let's see if they will commit here. They did knock off, perfect. It crit me, which I think I would have just won straight out because I think I would have survived to make it. Oh, I do survive to make it rain. Okay. If I didn't survive to make it rain, there were going to be problems. There were going to be massive problems. But thankfully, we are able to survive. We do get the trick room off. Oh my goodness. I did not actually think we were living to make it rain from the life orb at that range. But the Farigaraf going in strong here. We're going into Ursaluna. We're clicking Help Me in Hyper Voice. And they do not have a switch because the Golden Go, which was like their only resist. Well, I guess there is the Arcanine as well. But right now we can go for Helping Hand Hyper Voice. And I really can only go for Helping Hand Hyper Voice because it's like the only thing that I really have here. So Helping Hand on probably Double Protect, I'd imagine. Oh, they didn't protect the Golden Go, which is actually really nice here. Okay. So I went for the Hyper Voice, get the KO and the Golden Go, and then who are they trying to bring in for free here? Because I don't know. Maybe it's Arcanine, so there's like an Earth Power threat as well. Okay. I don't know if Arcanine can knock out either like my Ursaluna. Maybe it can. Tailwind Peter's out. Okay. That is not Arcanine. Okidogi. Okay. I think this is just Helping Hand Hyper Voice regardless. Drain Punch shouldn't knock out Bloodmoon Ursaluna at this range. So I just go for Helping Hand here. Try to blow up the Roaring Moon here. As they probably just go for... Oh, they protected Okidogi. So they were fearing the Earth Power. Maybe they want to bait the Earth Power. Perfect. So I do get to still the KO onto the... I still get the KO onto the Salamence, which is good. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect. As I'm pretty sure Hyper Voice would have done a lot, and I've seen the calcs with like Drain Punch before on Okidogi against Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and even +1 doesn't knock out, so I didn't think neutral would KO. Arcanine is the last revealed. Okay. So I guess I want a Psy Shock, and I guess I want an Earth Power. The end game's a little bit tricky. He turns to Trick Room. If I like Flare Blitz, then I could just go for the attack. But after the Life Orb chip, I actually don't know. I think I just rather Psy Shock here. The Okidogi and Earth Power. Yeah, they can Extreme Speed. Usually Arcanines don't run Protect. They're usually like Choice Bands. So Psy Shock. Why did I KO? Huh? Wait, did something happen? Why did that KO Okidogi? What? Was that like no bulk Okidogi? Okidogi has really good physical defense. What? I am so surprised that KO, but you know what? We take it. We had the Psy Shock KO to Okidogi and Earth Power KO to Arcanine. I guess since it was a frail Okidogi, I'm pretty sure Helping Hand Hyper Voice would have blown up from Bloodmoon. I'm surprised they didn't try to pivot into Arcanine at all for the Roaring Moon, because I think that could have actually gave them an opportunity to potentially win, but what the heck, man. All right, we have the Farigaraf, Landorus Farian, the Amoonguss, Baxcalibur, Heatran, and Iron Hands. One heck of a team. I don't know how I'm playing around this, mainly because Snow is actually kind of tough. Snow is pretty tough. What's nice is Ogerpon. This Ogerpon is not max speed though. If this Ogerpon was max speed, this would probably be okay. But since I'm not max speed, I actually don't pick up the... I can't outspeed the Ninetales before it gets a Roar Veil up unless they have like a really weird speed stat and we speed tie. Because pretty sure this is 180. Yeah, this does not outspeed the Ninetales. Dang it! I needed the max speed one. I think I want to lead our Shifu. Just dealing with Ninetales is going to be super tough. I think it's our Shifu. I think it's Farigaraf. I think it's Ogerpon, and I think it's Ursaluna in the bag. This matchup looks really difficult. It looks really difficult. I'm going to see how well we can perform. At least Amoonguss, I can kind of pressure it. I have the Uproar on my... Giraffe to potentially get rid of it, and that's kind of like the point, is to, if they spore, I can at least go for the Uproar and negate it. But yeah, this looks tough. Iron Hands plus the Ninetales is pretty decent for me here lead wise. I do lead the Farigaraf here. Okay, I'm gonna go for a U-turn immediately. I think I could go for Helping Certain Strikes and maybe that KOs, but then I trade that for like a Terra. But I think I'd rather hope that I can long last this. I think I'd rather just go for a U-turn into the Iron Hands and Side Shock the Iron Hands and get that chip damage into Iron Hands. So you turn out the Iron Hands. We're going to Bloodmoon Ursaluna, and hopefully this is Wild Charge into that slot and Aurora Veil coming out. Like, that's the plan here. Because if it's Drain Punch, it'd be really awful. A Moonblast immediately. That's not great. They did Wall Charge though. Okay. And I'm able to get Trick Room up. Or not Trick Room. I do get Side Shock for some pretty decent chip. Okay. That's pretty big damage actually. Okay. I'm going to get Trick Room up. That Moonblast, surprising that they just didn't get Veil up. But they're probably going to Veil now unless they want to Encore to deny Trick Room. Yeah, so they set up Aurora Veil now, which is fine. Okay. They did go for the Drain Punch. Not too surprising here. Okay, I need to get rid of that Iron Hands. This might be a Helping Hand Terra Normal Blood Moon angle, which I think probably is my play here. Because it covers for a Terra option on their Iron Hands, which I do want to cover for. So I will go for a Helping Hand Blood Moon. They retreat to Ninetales. Interesting. Is this a Moongus? I think that's a Moongus. Perfect. Okay. So let's see if they Terra the Iron Hands or not. If they Terra the Iron Hands, it's amazing. And the reason I did this is so I can KO the Iron Hands through Aurora. I mean, this is a Assault Vest. Iron Hands under Aurora Veil. This might survive, but this is Terra Normal, Life Orb, Helping Hand. Yeah, okay, they did Terra. Perfect. Perfect. Okay, I'm not crazy. All right, they did go for the Terra. Grass? No, water. Makes sense. Okay. Please KO the Iron Hands here. Please. Helping Hand. Because our power was not KOing. Terra Normal Blood Moon, no? Please, one shot. Nice. Nice. Okay, that's really, really good. Okay, we get rid of the Iron Hands. It's still not over by far, but at least the Heatran can't Terra anymore. The Moongus can't Terra. We're in a pretty nice position right now. Excalibur coming in. All right. This could be Swords Dance Excalibur. Like, the game's not over by far. It's not over by far. I think I want to protect Bloodmoon Ursaluna and just go for a Psy Shock into the Amoonguss and get some chip into Amoonguss first. This could be a Sword Stance. This is still not an easy game. They went for a Spore. Okay, I'm going to Uproar the next... Oh, they Spored the Farigaraf. Okay, nice. And I didn't reveal the Uproar tech. I will go for the Uproar the next turn. Okay, good chip. Dragon Dance. Oh, that could be worse for me. I don't know, actually. Okay. I'm going for the Hyper Voice. Actually, I should go for... Should I go for Blood Moon? I don't know if they double protect. That's the problem. I'm going for Hyper Voice. I'm going for the Uproar tech. You know what? I'm gonna lock it in. Perfect. Okay, they went for Spore. Awesome. So I get the Uproar into Hyper Voice. So this is the reason you run Uproar on the Farigaraf. It's so you can avoid this Spore right here. So this is fantastic. I'm able to get a Hyper Voice. They might have Dragon Dance again to be greedy. This is perfect. So I get a free Hyper Voice. Get a good amount of damage. Blood Moon, I don't know if it was KOing. Ooh, yeah. Good damage though. Gonna be the Focus or the Citrus Berry. What kind of Excalibur are you? They go for a Crash. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's actually really, really good for me, isn't it? Okay, maybe not yet. Snow stops, which is good. Making Uproar. I'm going to Ogerpon. I could go Urshifu here. Actually, Urshifu makes too much sense. Yeah, like, why wouldn't I go Urshifu in close combat the Excalibur slot? Unless this is Leaf Storm on the Amoonguss, I should be fine. I'm gonna close combat the Excalibur. If they Rage Powder... I guess if it's Rage Powder, then yeah. Why didn't I think about the Rage Powder? For some reason, my brain was like, okay, they Pollen Puffed themselves. Not the case here. I Uproared the Excalibur, which is actually kind of a weird situation. They Dragon Dance again. Okay. This is really weird. Close combat. I guess this is going to be the downside of using Roar. Or Uproar. Trick Room returns to normal. Still making Uproar. Oh no. If I was... Okay, so if I hit the Excalibur, does that knock it out? Oh no. High horsepower. That KOs. Okay. If they Pollen Puff, that's fine. I did get the Uproar. Missed a K on the backs. No. Pollen Puff. Wait, what is this moveset actually? Dragon Dance? High horsepower? Wait, what is this moveset? Did I calm down or not? I actually don't recall. I'm going for Ivy Cudgel into the Excalibur. +2. I hope that I can live the attack. And I'm going to Psyshock the Amoonguss, I think. They protect Amoonguss, which is fine. Okay. Crash. Yeah, I didn't think they were loaded dice. Oh, please, 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 please. Please, please, please. Okay, okay, okay. Wait, no, I lose, right? Because... I mean, I could actually still win. It's not easy, but it's winnable. Man, I had to set it up and I completely forgot about the Uproars. I wish the Uproar hit the Amoonguss earlier, but like, I guess I actually didn't change that much on that one. It crashed. Okay, wait, did they were willing to risk the throw right there. Okay. So Amoonguss goes down. Roarville wears off. I definitely would have KO'd with Ivy Cudgel, right? Did I throw this by not going for that? Because I couldn't Trick Room. I thought they were just going to go for... I guess Crash into Farigaraf is fine for them. I really wish I was max speed on this Ogerpon. I would just have obliterated Ninetales and not have to worry about it as I did. Here comes the Ninetales. Problem is, I'm just slower. I think I need another miss. I think I need a miss from the Excalibur to help win the game. Actually, I can't even do it. Yeah, I do actually have to. I have to get a double spike shield. I need a miss on the Farigaraf. Come on. Just because I'm not max speed Ogerpon. I failed it. It's over. They doubled the... Or they should Icicle Crash. Oh, they horsepowered. Okay, I guess it's the most accurate in the Ogerpon. I needed them to miss the attack if they went to Farigaraf. If they actually went for it... Wait, what? If they missed or I got the double, I think I actually could have sealed it here. I mean, I guess it would have came down to do I read the Excalibur correctly, because Helping Hand Ivy Cudgel might not have KO'd Ninetales, but I do not think that Farigaraf can do much, unfortunately, anymore. Maybe I had to Blood Moon early instead of that one Hyper Voice. I was worried if they double protected to like scout for the Blood Moon specifically and stall on our turn Trick Room. Didn't work out, unfortunately. Cool tech. It did not work out here in this game, unfortunately. All right, let's go over the games. In the first game, despite all the controller issues towards the end, which I don't really think mattered, although maybe it could have if Roaring Moon wasn't able to knock out Urshifu, but I assume it would, was The Sludge Bomb Amoonguss being able to pick up the knockout on my Bloodmoon Ursaluna that turn, when I thought the only way it could go down that turn was if the Flutter Mane went for the Terra, which would have been completely fine for me. Best case would have been to simply go for the Bloodmoon into the Flutter Mane slot and pick up the knock on the Flutter Mane, or the Amoonguss if it went for the Rage Powder. In game 2, I had a decent start, could have played bit more aggressively against the Golden Go, but Bloodmoon Ursaluna was in a great position after I set Trick Room, which thankfully I did, even though the Golden Go did get that critical hit, which was actually pretty big. It could have been tough if they had switched the Arcanine around on the Hyper Voice, although the Okidogi going down to Psyshock since they had no bulk, which I did not know that calc, but I do now. It was a guaranteed KO if they have no bulk, and pretty high odds I KO anyway, which I was very surprised because this Farigiraf has no special attack investment, which made it bad for position for them anyway. In game 3, I think this game is very winnable, but the flinch put me in a very bad position, but maybe going for Bloodmoon would have knocked out the Amoonguss instead of Hyper Voice. And Ogerpon would have been able to be in a better spot since it wasn't max speed and could probably outspeed the Ninetales in Trick Room, and with Helping Hand Ivy Cudgel as an option, might have allowed Urshifu to clean up from there. Uproar Farigiraf. Even though we lost the games where we used Uproar, I still thought it was a really cool tech. There is a downside to using Uproar, which is you are locked into the move instead of like trying to set up a safeguard or misty terrain and then you just have it set up unless your opponent somehow is able to reset it. Kind of made Farigiraf kind of a liability. You really have to rely on the Bloodmoon Ursaluna. I think if I played a bit more aggressive though, it should have been able to work out fine, but still really fun team overall. If you do want to try it out, the rent code is on your screen. You can check out the details of the team in the creator down below in the description, and of course subscribe to the channel for more VGC content as always.